are familiar with the four Gospels in the Bible, the Gospel of Mark is the earliest that was written, but also the shortest. If you could count the number of times the word immediately was written, there's a lot there. Immediately they went there. Immediately this, immediately there. See how Mark is able to share, it's like describing the scene very well. And it's as if this was there. It's like in the feeding of the 5,000, it says, the people sat on the green grass. Was he there? I don't think he was there. I think what happened there was that he was drawing from the memory of Peter, who was there. I think at the back of the Gospel of Mark, the source was really Peter. In fact, Peter and Mark have this beautiful relationship that in our first reading today, Peter addressed Mark as his son. Right? So they have this beautiful relationship. Not only did Mark had a beautiful relationship with Peter, he also had a good relationship with Paul. He was with Paul and Barnabas in the first missionary trip to Antioch. Right? He was there. And then after that, he left. That's why there was an agreement between Paul and Barnabas. After that, I think they got reconciled because in the letter of Paul to Timothy, he was pertaining to Mark, who really helped him a lot in his ministry. So they were reconciled. But not only that, Mark was also there when he witnessed Jesus being arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane, right? In the Gospel of Mark, in Mark chapter 14, verse 51, it says there, and a young man followed him, which is Jesus, with nothing but a linen cloth about his body, and they seized him, but he left the linen cloth and ran away naked. This is John Mark, right? And so he was there. He witnessed Jesus being arrested. And just the night before, Jesus and his 12 disciples celebrated the Last Supper in the house who belonged to John Mark. Okay? And so we see here how, John Mark was just so blessed, right? Just having this close association with Peter, with Paul, with Jesus, right? And reading the Gospel of Mark, I think I could say it's an action-packed gospel. I think this is really for mature disciples already who are ready to do the mission. If you want to be inspired of how to do the mission of Christ, you just read the Gospel today from Mark 16, right? It says there, go into all the world and proclaim the good news to the whole creation. And these signs will accompany those who believe. They will cast out demons, speak in new tongues, lay their hands on the sick, and they will recover. And it says there towards the end, and the 11 went out, proclaimed the good news everywhere, while the Lord worked with them and confirmed the message by the signs that accompanied it. If you want to be inspired to do the mission, because the mission, it's a call to proclaim the gospel out there, right? To share the gospel to people accompanied by signs and wonders. And these signs, it says here, will accompany those who believe. So if we believe in Jesus, we will perform these signs. We see that happening right now. More and more parishioners of St. Mary's are going out there and then they're performing signs and wonders. And because of that, people out there are seeing signs. People will start to believe, and people will start coming back to the church.